Shiba Inu. Meme coins are all the rage right now, but is it alt season? I'm Crypto Bo, and I'm here to do a little bit of analysis on that. So if you like the channel, remember to like and subscribe so that we can start ranking better than Nate Martin of 99 Bitcoins, who, I don't know if you know this, is responsible for the Tulsa massacre. Obviously, I've been watching crypto markets for quite some time now, and I recently came across this article. Headline, a crypto wallet shows an investor made an $8,000 Shiba Inu coin purchase last year. Today, it's worth $5.7 billion. Now, this is an interesting article because it illustrates something that I think is very important when you're thinking about investing in meme coins. And that is that all gains are paper gains until they're realized. And in that sense, liquidity is king. The headline of this article may lead you to believe that this person is $5.7 billion richer, but that is not true. $5.7 billion of Shiba Inu sell pressure at the time of writing, which would have been about a month ago, I know I'm a little late to the party, would have absolutely cratered the price. So he wasn't $5.7 billion richer. The question of how rich he was depended on how much buy pressure there was from people who wanted in. And articles like this, as soon as you start seeing them, you know probably not a good time to get in. In fact, let's take a look at the Shiba Inu price right now. As you can see, price is down 5.7% on the day. But more so than that, you can see that even over the last 2 weeks, it's been down about 25%. Yeah, if you got in a month ago, you're still 21% up. But if you got in a year ago, you are 6 million% up. Who was in a year ago? Basically the developers and maybe a small handful of people. And that's the point. Those are the people that are responsible for all this sell pressure. I mean, like, look at the last 90 days, right? Huge run up as people are becoming aware of it and buying in. And then you can see the sell pressure starting. And these are people slowly selling out of their huge positions, trying not to crater the price, to maintain the buy pressure so that they can extract as much money as possible from these new investors. It's kind of like a Ponzi scheme, but not quite, because we're dealing in real dollars and they're just taking money from new investors, but it's not meant to pay out old investors, it's meant to pay themselves out. And we can see the same sort of action if you look at Dogecoin. Obviously, Dogecoin has become a little bit more legitimate, especially given Elon Musk's support of it. But you can see here, if we look at the 180-day chart, or like, let's say the year chart, right? Same sort of thing, huge run up. People who hold a lot start selling, but they're not selling too much, selling. And then now we're sort of middling here, and a lot of people are waiting for the resurgence. But these people, you know, they're sort of getting their shirts taken. You know, I get that it's trading sideways. It's not really going up, not really going down, but it's sort of staying in the same place because the meme is over. Memes only last for so long, and people can only have diamond hands for so long before the gains get so good that they have to cash out into a currency that matters a little bit more to them, a currency that they can actually buy things with. So if you don't know about Dogebonk and you want to invest in meme coins, you might be a little bit late to the game now, but it's just sort of seemingly making its first run up. This is another meme currency, and sort of what I'd say, you know, is coming after Shiba Inu. I guarantee you're going to start seeing articles written about it. It was dreamed up out of like 4chan's BizBoard. But you can see this is the 180-day chart, and you see this huge run up over the last 30 days, up 13,000%, 24 hours up 42%. So again, if you're trying to get into Dogebonk, you might be a little bit late to the game because we're already starting to see that sell pressure, right? It's big sales. Yesterday it was down quite a bit. Today it's back up. But we're starting to see people who have made quite a bit of money who are thinking about getting out. And they're thinking about getting out because Dogebonk is, again, about to start hitting the mainstream. And as soon as it starts hitting the mainstream, you get a bunch of people who are trying to ape in, who are trying to make huge profits on a meme coin because they're just trying to sell up or buy up and then sell down, right? I don't think personally it's a good strategy for long-term wealth generation. And in that spirit, I'd like to present a bit of an alternative. Instead of focusing on meme coins, I'll link this website, which is cryptorank.io, in the description. It's a good place to look at the different sectors, right? So it has things like blockchain infrastructure, which would be smart contract platforms, pure currencies, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, exchange tokens like BNB. You have your various DeFi tokens, your meme coins, financial services, stable coins, yada, 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 even into these much smaller sectors. And my advice as a non-financial advisor would be to look at these various sectors, find something that you think is interesting or projects that you think are promising, things that you would use, and then start using them. Maybe invest a little bit of money, because the things that are going to be transformative, like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, are going to be projects that have use cases that people want to use for reasons other than their huge profit potential, right? Like that's what defines a meme coin. A meme coin is attractive because people see these huge profit potentials and they want to make a quick buck, but they don't have staying power. Notice how Shiba Inu crashed and stayed down. Notice how Dogecoin crashed and stayed down. And Dogecoin, I'm calling it now, is not going to be any different. And the problem is that you need liquidity to sell, and it's hard to call the top. Knowing when to get out is very hard when the only thing that's interesting about the coin is its price. Here's another chart from blockchaincenter.net, where they have a metric here of whether or not it's altcoin season or Bitcoin season. And basically it's just a metric, this just measures the dominance of Bitcoin versus the altcoin market. And you can see it's sort of in the middle now. A lot of altcoins are sort of having their day, but it hasn't really destroyed Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still doing quite well. And so it's hard to say which direction it's going to go. And so is it better to have your money in altcoins? Is it better to have your money in Bitcoin? Well, it is really a question of time horizon, right? How long-term is your investment? You can look at this Reddit post from like a month ago where someone's trying to describe the crypto money flow cycle. Basically, they say that there is a run-up in Bitcoin, that Bitcoin money goes to Ethereum, then it goes to mid-cap altcoins, then we have alt season where a whole bunch of altcoins pump, and then it consolidates back either into dollars or into Bitcoin, into these safer, what you might call blue chip assets. That's been true for several cycles. It's not necessarily predictive. It doesn't mean that it will necessarily continue to be true. But the point is that the money almost always flows back into Bitcoin. It flows back into projects that have tangible use cases that people want to use, right? And it cycles out of these get-rich-quick schemes after they've extracted a lot of money from the financially illiterate. So my non-financial advice, meme coins. Yeah, you're going to miss out on maybe a 13,000% return, but you're not going to miss the top and get absolutely wrecked when it crashes. Meme coins primarily benefit the developers and the early investors, and basically, if you've heard about it, it's probably too late. If you want to learn more about Ponzi schemes and scams, then click here. I'm Crypto Bo. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there.